can be effective. You tell me a Democrat or a Democratic power structure that has done what you're saying in recent years. The crowning achievement of Nancy Pelosi's time in charge of the Congress has been to get an approval rating lower than that of President Bush. And she had to work very, very hard to do that. It's in fact when she worked hardest on in the Congress. They continue to fund the war, they supported the war, they repeated the myth of WMDs. Their policies, they have caved on every major policy of the Bush administration from start to finish. From the Patriot Act through FISA, Guantanamo. It took the Center for Constitutional Rights to take an effective stance against Guantanamo. It wasn't the power establishment of the Democratic Party. John Kerry and Bill Clinton and Al Gore, these guys have a PhD in losing elections. What John Kerry did in 2004 was attempt to run to the right of Bush. And he lost the base of people that logically would have supported him. The Republicans beat him in his game. Al Gore refused to fight in 2000 after that election was stolen. They told Jesse Jackson to shut up and go back to his corner. They didn't want them to be out in the streets protesting, and they caved on it. And so, when we talk about it's a strategy, and I'm being simplistic, my friend, I'm not being simplistic. I'm going through history here. If you can tell me when we've had a situation where these politicians, well, they just pretend to run to the right, but then later they're actually progressive, when that actually happened. And the other thing is that Obama, you have to go way back. I'm talking about the current state of the Democratic Party. There's no precedent for it. If there was ever a moment when they could have defined themselves as an actual opposition party, it was when they swept the power in the Congress in 2006. And they've shown themselves to be at best a loyal opposition. And so it's not about, at this point, who, and this is why I said it's bigger than the election. It's not about who would be a better candidate. The reality is that Barack Obama is going to be the viable candidate of the Democratic Party. Now there are third-party candidates that have much more progressive platforms than Barack Obama. They're not going to win. And so that's if you have come to a conclusion that Barack Obama, with flaws and all, is going to be your candidate, I don't disrespect that. I'm not here to try to break off anyone's engagement to Barack Obama. I just want people to cheat on him with conscience about the war, about his foreign policy. And I find it extraordinarily disturbing that we see all of these old hands of war from the Clinton regime now being pulled in to the Obama camp. And so when you say I'm being simplistic, I'm actually trying to say something that's more complicated than electoral politics. I'm saying that we have a moment where we really are seeing the machine for what it is, whether it's a candidate proclaiming change or it's the Bush administration. There's no doubt that John McCain would be a horrifying nightmare for the world. I'll quote Pat Buchanan on that. He said that John McCain could make Dick Cheney look like Gandhi. So I mean, my point is this: if people are backing Cynthia McKinney, I'm all for you, because Cynthia McKinney's platform is going to be very progressive. If you're with Ralph Nader, I'm all for you. If you're a progressive who believes in pressuring Obama, I'm supportive of you. I'm not here to say vote for this person or that person. I'm saying we have to rise above the moment of the elections and realize the wars are all going to be there.